guys, my name is Carissa. This is the Fat Girl Flow channel, and I have just been feeling like there are some current events happening on YouTube lately that maybe we should talk about. I was gonna do like an unboxing while unpacking YouTube stuff kind of video, but then I realized that if I am unpacking my stuff for my house, I maybe won't focus on what I really want to say in this video, so I decided I would just answer the questions that you guys asked on Instagram and not unpack anything from my house, even though there is so much of that to do. I was gonna unpack a box of rocks because I have like some large gemstones, and honestly I don't know what the names of all of them are, and I don't know like what they're all used for, so I was gonna do it while like chatting with you guys. If you guys are interested in something like that, let me know in the comments down below, because I could still do a video like that but different, know what I mean? So on Instagram I asked, on Instagram I was talking about Shane Dawson, and I was talking about how this entire this concept for the series was just mildly irritating to me. I genuinely think that like Shane Dawson getting rich and doing all those things is great. I want everyone to do whatever makes them happy. I love that Shane Dawson has found makeup. I love all of those things. I think that we have to be like critical consumers of media, and so I think thinking about that kind of stuff is important. But basically what I said on my Instagram was that I think that within the series, Shane Dawson kind of made it like beauty gurus are kind of like nasty, money grubbing, beauty obsessed people. Like when they talked about Morgan and stuff and about influencers, it was interesting because they made this dynamic of like, oh, beauty gurus are the bad guys, but then ultimately like Shane Dawson wants to be that. It's just an interesting dynamic, and I understand if maybe other viewers saw it like a different way, but that was definitely how I saw it. And I find that, and I know there will be a million people saying, oh, it's not a girl or boy thing, whatever, but like, I don't think it's surprising that when young women are doing something, we're like, ooh, we hate that, and then suddenly when like a 30-year-old man is doing it, we're like, oh wow, this is so amazing and incredible. But like I have friends who have watched Shane Dawson for years and years and who are like really excited for him, and Jay thinks that like this makeup thing has been something that's like kind of been underlying with Shane for a long time, and that like this interest really shows like Shane coming into himself, and I agree with all of that stuff. I just think that the idea that like they're talking poorly about beauty gurus and then ultimately doing the same thing that beauty gurus do while not exposing them in any way, shape, or form is a little fishy. So I posted that on my Instagram. That kind of got everyone on Instagram with me talking about YouTube. I decided I would just like let people ask questions about YouTube and see if we could have a chat about that. Like just random things on YouTube, anything you guys wanted to know about YouTube. I got several messages from people just saying like, oh, don't play into the drama and don't be another one of those people. But like, y'all, YouTube is part of our media now. These aren't our friends. Like this isn't our small friend group. These are people who have many, many, many more viewers than major television networks. They have many more fans than major celebrities. Like this is not our friendship group. This is not me like talking about drama. This is like talking about media and how we consume it. And I think it's easy to say like, oh, don't feed into the drama, don't be part of that, when like all of these things are culturally relevant. They're very culturally relevant to everything that we're doing. So I don't know, I think talking about YouTube once in a while and what's going on here is important. So of course one of the questions I got was what I think about Shane Dawson not doing what he said he was going to do in his documentary. I think that if any of us are surprised at marketing gimmicks on YouTube by now, we should think more critically about how we're consuming people's channels. I think Shane Dawson's probably a really, really nice guy, and I think that he probably had every good intention of doing what he said he was going to do with this like series. What I thought the series was exposing beauty gurus, exposing the beauty industry. I thought it was going to be like a big expose. It wasn't. It it was basically like a giant marketing ploy for the palette that he's doing with Jeffree Star. I almost said Jeffree Styles. And like, make that money. Do your marketing thing. That was beautiful marketing. Honestly, like watching the whole thing, Jay and I watched it and I was just like, I mean, this is excellent marketing. Like, I am kind of a marketing geek. I think that marketing is very cool. I think that it's also like culturally very fucked up and weird. And I mean, Shane did like, those videos were incredible at marketing a product. Do I think that this was like something that was really important to Shane Dawson and like that the reactions to seeing your product in person and stuff like that were authentic? Yeah, I do. I know what that's like. And it is like, even for little old me, it is like a really big, cool thing. And it feels really cool. And so I don't think that like those videos were necessarily inauthentic. I just think that there was more marketing thought behind them than maybe we were led to believe. So it doesn't surprise me at all that the videos didn't turn out to be what maybe we all thought they were gonna be, and that they are something vastly different. Someone asked me what I think about Trisha Paytas marrying a cardboard cutout. I have no clue what this is in reference to, and I have no idea what the fuck Trisha Paytas is up to because I haven't watched her in forever. Not since the chicken nugget meltdown, I don't think. She has been saying some things that are just like really, really upsetting, and I don't watch her. Honestly, I'm shocked that her videos are still monetized. Someone asked for my opinion on Jaclyn Hill. Of course I have an opinion, but you guys can have your own opinions on people. I think Jaclyn Hill, I've literally been subscribed to Jaclyn Hill for like 3 years and I've only ever seen her make like 2 videos. So I don't really have much of an opinion on her. I don't really see what she's doing. I mean, I think she makes some makeup, which I also never see. So I don't know. I have no opinion on her. I don't really like, I don't see her active very often. Also, I don't subscribe to many YouTubers' social media just because I think that like, I just want to see what they're doing on YouTube. I really only want to follow like my friends on social media and stuff, and so if I don't know them, I'm probably not following them, so. Oh, I got a question about other plus size YouTubers. Specifically, they asked about Candy Fox, I believe it's Kiko Cupcake, and Sarah Ray Vargas. I do not know those last 2 people. I don't know, but I have seen Candy Fox and I like her channel a lot. I think she's very sweet. There are a lot of plus size YouTubers that I feel like have been hidden from me for so long, and I'm just now like finding them, and it sucks because I really feel like the YouTube algorithm, like as soon as someone popular mentions a person, suddenly that person's everywhere, but like until then, these channels stay so small and you just don't have access to them very often. Recently, I believe the channel is, I'm not sure if it's called Glow Smoky or Smoky Glow, but her channel's really great. I really like Teresa is Dead. I, of course, like my forever favorite, I hope she'll come back to YouTube someday, is Victoria Denelda. I love Margot Meany. I think that a lot of people assume that I only watch like fashion videos, and I definitely don't. I love, I think she's plus size. I'm not sure because of like how she dresses, but I really like Amelia Fart. Megan Tonjes obviously is a favorite. I feel like, oh, I also really like the plus side of me. This is Jessica Torres, and I like And I Get Dressed. I can list some of these down below, but there are a lot of plus size people on YouTube, and I feel like people don't know about them or don't see them very often, and we are out there. Someone asked me, in the fat YouTube Insta community, are there cliques? I get Mean Girl vibes from some. There are cliques everywhere. I think that, I really think that like no matter where you go, no matter what community you're in, you're gonna find like little Mean Girl kind of cliques. I feel really lucky that I just don't let that stuff get to me, and like there's never been anyone who I don't get along with who I've thought like, oh, this is gonna be damaging, you know what I mean? Like I don't care very much. Several people asked me about glitter and lasers, and if you've followed me on social media for very long, you guys probably know that like I'm not a fan. She's a person I'm not a fan of, and I've kind of called her out for some of her behavior before, and it's like we have each other blocked and it's not a big deal. It's really, I think that people imagine that like YouTubers and influencers are super different than normal people in how they deal with things, and like we're not. Like if there's someone I don't like, we block each other and we move along. And if I ran into someone that I didn't like at like a social event or something, I would be wildly polite and it would not be a thing. Like it's just not really a thing. This year, I guess at CurvyCon, several people felt like there were some mean girl cliques and stuff in the plus size space. And I mean, yeah, I think that happens. I want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and say that people are trying very hard to be nice and that like they're just human and you're gonna catch them at bad moments or whatever. But the reality is that a lot of times when you get like a certain vibe from someone, that is like because there's that vibe, you know? I mean, I think a lot of you for the last year or so have been like, man, Carissa, you're like really not into YouTube, and you've kind of just been like trudging along, and like, yeah, you're fucking right. Yeah, that would be an accurate description of what's been going on, you know? I think viewers and followers and subscribers and all of that, I think you guys pick up on stuff and are intuitive about people much more than you think. And I would just say, you know, when you feel like that about someone, don't follow them. Stop consuming their media. It's that easy. That's what I do with lots of people. I just stop consuming the media because there's no sense in like paying attention to or supporting someone who you get kind of yucky vibes from. And you don't have to have any other reason than I got kind of yucky vibes from someone to not follow them. Someone asked what my opinion is on mental health advice channels with no psych certifications. For an example, The Rewired Soul. It's a little bit difficult to say like what I really think about these channels because I haven't watched many of them. However, I think that you have to be really, really careful when giving any kind of advice psychologically, especially to a very specific group of people. Like I feel like I can give advice about like what I think it means to be confident and how to be confident, but I don't know that I would give advice on how to get over panic attacks or get over agoraphobia or anything like that I've also experienced for myself. I think there is a fine line behind like advising someone and taking advantage of people, and I don't know how channels like that are able to walk that line when they don't have the training to do that. Does that make sense? So someone asked if there is anything on YouTube that I regret saying or doing. There are a few videos that have got me in some hot water, and I don't know that if I went back and looked at them that I would necessarily be like, oh, I was wrong there. I think that I still pretty much stand by them, but I think that in the past I have had a tone of like, I know what I'm talking about, and if you don't agree, then you're wrong. And the reality is I have never cared if someone disagrees with me. I have just felt very strongly about what I believe, which are pretty much the same thing. But I think that if I regret anything, it's like not giving a caveat at the beginning of my videos to say things like, hey, this is what I believe and it's okay if you don't agree, because there are people in the world that are not going to agree, and that's okay. And you know, I want people to love what they love. I want people to get to enjoy things, and I don't want to like be a fun sucker. I mean, if you enjoy something and I'm saying that it's like problematic or it's something that I don't enjoy, I don't want like you to stop enjoying it. I really don't give a shit. I think that in the past maybe I've made it seem like I like really give a shit or like really think people are bad people if they engage in certain things. And I don't think anyone's a bad person ever. I just feel strongly about things. Someone asked about body positive influencers who edit their bodies on Instagram. Again, I just don't consume that. Like, I didn't even know that was really a thing because there's nobody that I follow that does that. So I think that if people do that and if it makes you upset or if it like ingenuous or something, then you should unfollow them. I really think that we don't do enough of like supporting people with our like follows and stuff. I think there are a lot of people who like follow people because they want to kind of get the drama and, you know, they want to be in the loop and stuff. And like, you don't need to. You'll stay in the loop, I promise. Man, I am so out of the loop with current events, but somehow I still know what's going on. So I feel like, you know, if someone does that, if they airbrush their body on Instagram and they are a body positive influencer and it feels antithetical to what they're saying, then unfollow them. Show them that you don't agree with that. Or if you love their content, keep following them and just know that that is a completely unrealistic standard of beauty and that airbrushes in real life don't exist. Okay, back to the beauty community. Someone said, do you think YouTube, specifically beauty influencers, have digressed into sell, sell, sell? Yes, I do. I really, really do. I think that this happened not because people are terrible, but because this is a new market and nobody really knew what they were doing. And I know that I've been guilty of it too, where you just make videos where you're like doing sponsorships. I have 2 sponsorships this month and that's gonna pay my fucking bills. That's gonna buy my Christmas presents. That's gonna do what I need it to do. However, it's important to remember that like people can't just consume. And I do think that there's a lot of pushback on that now. I think that like the anti-haul, was it Kimberly Clark was the first person to do like the anti-hauls. And I think that those anti-hauls really help like kind of set about this idea that, you know, you don't have to be just consuming at all times and that YouTube is here so that like you can interact with the community and so that you can be creative and not just like sell products all the fucking time, you know? I think it's easy as a creator. I mean, so like personally for myself, and this is obviously outside of beauty YouTube, but as a creator, people like literally ask me to do hauls constantly. Like they're like, please do a haul on this, please do a haul on this, please do a haul on this. And you start to think like, oh, I mean, if someone just wants hauls, I guess I'm a haul channel now. And I did that and I was doing it and doing it and doing it and I was burnt out. I didn't want to do it anymore. And you know, I think that it comes off to other people who are on the channel as if I'm just trying to sell something constantly. And you have like half of your audience is like, yes, more hauls. And half of your audience is like, why are you still selling things? And it's very confusing as the YouTuber to figure out like what you're doing and what people want. And so like at the end of the day, you just have to figure out what your values are and what you want your YouTube channel to be and go with that. And I do think beauty influencers are coming back to that. And I do think beauty influencers are starting to realize that like they're gonna lose all credibility if they're just like constantly selling something. So I do think that we're gonna see like the creativity coming back into YouTube. And I think that, you know, everyone went real hard on like selling and affiliate marketing and like all of these new ways of making money. And I think we're gonna kind of balance out and come back to a middle ground and people will, you know, people will chill out with it. I think that this is just something that happens in new markets and yeah, I think it'll calm down. I feel the same way about Instagram influencer marketing. I think that, you know, for maybe the last year, you couldn't go through your timeline without seeing several influencer ads. And I know I personally have not done more than one ad every like 2 or 3 months for the last 7 or 8 months. And that's because, I mean, it's gotten overwhelming. Like you can't look at Instagram ever without just seeing so many influencer ads. So I think everyone's kind of getting back to a balance and finding their middle ground. But yeah, this last year has been a wild fucking ride. And I hope you all got out of it without buying too much because wow, we were really getting sold some things. I'm gonna do one more question. It is, do you think it's still worth it to explore YouTube as a platform? Yes, I do. I think that YouTube is not going away anytime soon. I think that if you're a creator and you are interested in doing YouTube, you should just do it. I so encourage people to just get on. I mean, just do it. You don't need an amazing camera. You don't need amazing backdrops. You don't really need much at all. I mean, obviously if you have those things, that's great and it makes your videos that much better, but like just fucking start. And another thing is like be consistent. The only growth I ever see in my channel is if I am consistently putting up videos and if I have like a clear creative concept that I'm trying to go for. So like, you know, right now I'm kind of like redoing my channel a little bit. I'm trying to get back to like talking videos mixed with fashion videos, maybe some beauty videos, maybe some just like lifestyle videos, but like have a concept for what you're doing and do it consistently. And yeah, I think it is a platform that's still worth exploring. I think that it's a little bit harder to like make it on YouTube, but no matter what you're doing, YouTube is always a good like supplement to whatever you're doing. So if you're an Instagrammer, having a YouTube is just a good supplement to Instagram. If you have a blog, having a YouTube is a good supplement to your blog. See, you guys, we didn't talk shit. We were just talking about YouTube. That's all this was. Wasn't talking shit on anyone. We got through this without being hateful. We can do that. If you like these kind of sit down, quick chat with me videos, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to subscribe, please do so now. I'm Carissa. This is the channel. Until next time, please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and I will see you then. Bye.